pain back in my legs. Just spent close to 5 hours in the car. 4 and a bit hours. Oh, Jesus. We basically just punched it all the way along the development road out to Hughenden, which we are right now. It's actually it's not too bad. This is the caravan park. Like drive through your sites, so that's not too bad. It makes it easier. But yeah, just a quick thing on the development road. There's like sections of bitumen and then there's sections of dirt. The conditions weren't too bad, to be honest. They were pretty good. So we dropped our pressures down to about 30. And then yeah, that's been sufficient for us this whole trip, so all the way out to here. I think we're going to spend 2 nights here. We've got Porcupine Gorge, and then there's like Dinosaur Museum, and there's actually like a good little town in here. There's heaps of shops and all sorts of stuff. It's just nice to be in like a civilized town again. We've only been into like little country towns where there's like bugger all.
So we're in Hughenden today and we're going to the Flinders Information Centre, which is also a museum. So you can get yourself the Australian Dinosaur Trail Pass, and it covers you for this information centre and 3 other locations during the trail. And we were just about to go inside, and then Annie realised, oh my goodness, they're pet friendly. How cool is that?
So happy.
Yeah. So Paul's gone to go get Thor, so Thor can come as well. We thought that'd be kind of cool. Oh yeah.
So then
I don't really know what to expect yet.
So then Thor can eat the bones on the dinosaurs in here.
Oh, I don't think that's the case. I reckon they'd be pretty angry if he did that.
Patasaurus.
Patasaurus. Thor, you can get featured, mate.
Yes.
Ooh. Here we go.
He's big.
How cool is that?
I've seen a picture of that. I saw a picture of that, guys.
We've only just got in here, but it's packed full of information. There's actual proper fossils and everything in here. I'm keen to read all this stuff here just to check out what they do, how they find it. Just some fun facts. This statue here behind us is something else. Yeah, there you go. Wow, do you move?
Horsey over here.
Oh, look.
Oh, horsey.
Ba 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 ba.
He was copying you there, did you see that?
He's looking at you, he's staring at you. He's just waiting for a pat.
Oh, kisses.
You give him a kiss?
Oh, that was his first proper kiss.
He's like, ma. So I've just found something absolutely amazing in Hughenden. Didn't even know it was here. So excited. We were just cruising around before, me and Paul. We went out to get some fuel, just top up the old jerry cans in the cars because we're going for a bit of a day trip tomorrow. But just cruising around town, thought, oh, we're gonna have a look at a couple of different things. And we just stumbled across the coolest thing ever. And it explains why everybody shuts down from 12 o'clock on a Saturday right through till on Monday, because they're all out doing what we're about to go and see. It is mint. So we've just rated out the troops, got them all sorted. Sean's just putting on the last bit of washing. We're getting all our gear on. Just packed the car, got the chairs in there. Well, there's a bit of a giveaway, there's a towel. But yes, you will wait and see what we have found. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but it's literally right behind me right now. Jack's excited. Aren't ya? Hey, here it is. This is what they have in Hughenden, where the whole town comes to. And we're going to spend our last probably a couple hours of sunlight down here. Let's go. Boats, tubes, People sitting on their bloody camp chairs in the water. Primo. How good is that? So we're going to chill out here for the rest of the afternoon. Make the most of the end of the sunlight. Have a few beers. Got Paul's awning out. A couple of camp chairs. Ready to go. And watch all the people get thrown off the tubes. Here we are at Porcupine Gorge. It's just the three of us today, cruising around. Big reason for that is we were meant to get up at 7 o'clock this morning, but holy, that wind is something else. Righto guys, just tuning in for this one as a voiceover because the wind was just next level this day. Couldn't get any good quality audio out of this footage, so just a quick rundown on the walk down to the Porcupine Gorge itself. 1.2 kilometre stretch of pretty easy walking. Wasn't too bad at all. Been on worse tracks. The quality was really good. It's just a bit of gravel here and there and some big rocks, but yeah, once you get to the bottom, it gets quite steep. So coming back up was a bit of a challenge, particularly for me because I have too many beers and I was a little unfit. But most people have no dramas with it at all. It was quite easy considering what you got in return. It was just spectacular. 100% recommend it. Oh wait, check this out guys. What the hell? This is stunning. This is well worth a walk. 1.2 k's from the top down, then across all this sandstone. It's so worth it. Hope you got a good view up there guys. It looks unreal. There's actually fish and all sorts in here. There's a heap of fish down here on the thing and they're jumping around like crazy. There's birds. It's like, oh, I'm like speechless. It's just amazing. It's any word I've got right now. It would be a shame to come this far and not go for a swim. So we're sending the guinea pig in first. And Paulie's rigged up, ready to go, goggles and all.
How cool is that? We wanted to get some good dust shots for a while. Is that fun?
We totally knew that this was going to happen.
So just really quickly,
100%.
better idea. So you came through here. Can you go? You came there. Can you go through here and just avoid these couple of rocks at the end? Because that
it looks like real bull dust.
Oh, that's like this thick. I'm not even kidding. Like my feet. Look at my feet. Look at the front of the camera.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine if you went through that side. We have made it. We are at Winton and we've just been directed to our site. So we're on 30 and 31. They're really different to normal sites. You kind of park your car here, bring your van in here, and then your awning comes out on the side. And then the next one, you park your car here, van, awning. So yeah, it's a bit different. But in saying that, she's given us one that's maybe got a slight bit of shade, so the sun sets behind me and rises over that way. So at least, I mean, that's kind of a good thing, I guess. We'll probably have to put another shade out for the kids' beds because the kids' beds usually get hammered, and then it's just way too hot down there. As much as we've got aircon, it's just too hot. Okay, so we're just slowly setting up the van. Chris has just turned all the electricity on, but before it gets too cold in here, I just wanted to show you what the temperature's like in the van. When we got to, what was it, Ainsley the other day? Excuse me. When we got to Ainsley the other day, it was 10 times worse. It was 46.5 degrees. But look, that's the ambient temperature in here. 40.2. And for anyone that has questions about this as well, we were in Townsville, I think it was, and we got it from Officeworks. So the name is called Degree. It was from Officeworks. It was like 35, 40 bucks if you're looking for a clock like that. Yeah. See if you can find one. But yeah, 40.2 degrees right now in here. We just chucked the aircon on. This will pretty much live on the whole time we're here now. I don't think we could actually do this inland track if we didn't have powered sites. So we wanted to do a lot of free camping, but it's just unrealistic in this heat. Like, it's, yeah, 40 degrees is actually quite cool. There's been a couple of days where it's been 42, 43 degrees outside with a breeze. So we're choosing parks based on the fact that we can get power and if they've got a pool. Oh, I'll tell you what, when this like season changes, I'll be super happy.
So there's a huge storm cell just happening right over here. I don't know, you're probably seeing the flashes right this second, but this is one thing we wanted to experience while coming out west, was to see a proper storm. Like for me as a kid, I've never seen, well, I haven't experienced a proper storm in a very, very, very long time, since I was a kid. And there's one brewing literally just a few k's this way, and we were watching it. We had Paul's drone up and there was a storm cell and a storm cell, and they were slowly coming together, and I don't know what's going to happen, but it's insane. So we've had the drones up trying to get some really cool footage and get some lightning bolts and stuff coming out of it. But yeah, oh man, it's like, it gives me goosebumps. I love it. I can't get enough of this stuff. But I've always been in a house, being in a caravan. It's not that much different, but it's different. But yeah, it's really, really cool. So I'm going to throw the drone up and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about.
We're at the Lark Quarry conservation site, which has the only evidence of a dinosaur stampede in the world.
In the entire world.
It's the only one. We're just saying it took us an hour and a half to drive out here, and nearly the whole thing was bitumen. There's 2 airstrips that we've been past, and we are in the middle of nowhere. We have 4G.
Full blown 4G.
And there's a big structure built here.
Yeah, it's pretty big. We're keen to jump inside and have a look at this. I've seen a couple of photos and that. It looks really, 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 really cool.
It must have some form of significance.
Oh,
So I'm excited to
the only
do
one
the
in the
tour.
whole world.
Yeah.
And it's in our own bloody backyard.
Yeah.
You are about to step back in time to a very different world.
So guys, this is it. This is evidence that these animals, these dinosaurs, are lying or running around right where we would stand. This is evidence that they were alive. Because you know, when you look at a bone, you're looking at a dead animal. But this is evidence that these animals were alive. These are their footprints, their footsteps. So Banjo, he's obviously almost tripped over this small dinosaur that's almost crashed into his foot. So he's almost tripped. So he's, you know, sort of moved a bit. And then this is actually Banjo's 7th footprint there. So he's been coming along, walking. He's seen those he's seen those little dinosaurs. He's seen maybe lunch. He's slowed down a little bit. And then he's, you know, the stampede started happening. They've all started running towards him. He's almost tripped over this dinosaur. So if you think of my hand, once again, as the footprint in the mud, and you got sand that's come and filled it up over the top. That sand is hardened into rock over millions of years, and 95 million years later, we're going to come and dig it up. And we turn it over, and you got this nice 3D version of the footprint. You can see your toes there? You got 3 toes? Yeah? So this is what Glenn Seymour, or similar to what Glenn Seymour would have found over on that hill there. You got this positive, the 3D version.
So I'm just on my way back to the car. Everyone else is still in there having a look because Jack's decided that right now is his new sleep time. So it's around midday. He used to sleep at like between 9 and 10 o'clock and then again at probably 2 or 3 o'clock. And he just doesn't go in the mornings now. It seems to be lunchtime's his new thing. So initially I booked this tour with the intention of him having a sleep before we got here, so he'd be happy. And he's just screamed the place down because his sleeps are changing. So I'm just gonna go put him in the car, in the aircon. I think he's actually falling asleep in the pram right now. And it looks like our new tour times will be early morning or late afternoon. I'm curious. It's just so random, like we're surrounded by yards and workplaces and then this random like, let's come in and have a musical adventure. Let's show it to you.
It's not very good. Three, two, one. I think I actually did a good job.
I think you did too.
How do you get
I wouldn't have a clue where to start. A break stick.
September rolls into October. We see the dust storms sweeping across the land. Only a matter of time before they hit us too. Drops of rain evaporate even before they reach the ground. Only a matter of time before they hit us too.
We just made it to the Winton Hotel, bought ourselves a schooner of beer each. It is the best. It's the first one I've had in so long. So it's pretty cool here. It's actually dog friendly, so it means that Annie and Paul have been allowed to come along, and they've got Thor with them, which is awesome. So we're just going out the back to their beer garden, and it's grassy and just luscious. Check it out.
It's that green and luscious. I want to get my gear off and go and just roll around on it.
That basically says how long you've been in the country.
Yeah, look at this.
How good is that?
How's this for an outdoor area? Prima.
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to leave my shoes off.
Yeah, and I want to sit on the grass so I can just put my feet in it.
And in case you're wondering
like
where
a
the
good
kids
carpet.
are, we have a babysitter tonight, so it's great. The Australian Age of Dinosaurs in Winton. This is the most out of the way location for the Australian Dinosaur Trail, but I'll tell you what, it's one not to miss. It's included as a part of the ADT Trail Pass on the website you'll see down the bottom right now, and it includes 3 tours in one day back to back. They're all located within a kilometre radius of each other, and you can drive yourself between them, including a tour of the laboratory, Dinosaur Canyon and collection room, where they hold fossils that are the first of their kind. Matilda, Wade and Banjo, all dinosaurs which are localised to this area, describe 3 new species to science and haven't been found anywhere else in the world.
Well, we made it to Richmond. So far, so good. Except Sian's in the wars again. I've only been here literally like 10 minutes and she's already done something to herself. What's going on, babe? What have you bloody done? The first aid kit's out again.
Leave me alone.
Always damaging yourself. What's going on here?
I've taken out another chunk on my leg, so that's the original scars from my last ones. Not that they can see because it's the wrong angle. But yeah, I've got 2 big scars and I've just done the same again. I've taken out like a massive chunk. So I'm just covering it up. Because, you know, this is what I'm good at.
You were very good at injuring yourself.
This is why I became a nurse, right? So I can fix myself.
Look after our own injuries that happen consistently.
It was me thinking it would come in handy for the kids or for Chris or for like other people, and it turns out it's
We're gonna have to
just me.
restock the first aid kit because she's been through it that much.
I've already
in the
had
last
to
2 or 3
restock it
months.
because of me. I filled up other things in here because of me.
Unbelievable.
Anyway,
I'm sweating me
Thanks
bloody
for-
ring out.
thanks for putting me in the, the sugar, honey, ice and tea and telling everyone about my inability to not hurt myself.
You hurt yourself again. I was like, let's keep a tally on YouTube in the comments how many times Shark injured herself and all the episodes we ever do.
Wait a minute, what are we at now then?
I reckon we're at 1, 2, 3.
What are they?
There's one you came off the roof.
The roof,
There's
yeah?
Cape. There's this. I'm sure there's
3.
one more.
If you can remember any others, let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Oh, this is normal for me. It's like I'm just born to be clumsy and crap at things sometimes, and this is one of them, just injuring myself.
Unbelievable.
So
So anyway,
look at my nice dressing skills though.
yeah, it does look pretty good.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even be there, but anyway.
Don't judge me.
Right, first aid kit's sorted, put away.
No, it can stay out. I'll need it later.
Yeah, leave it out. She might have a couple of beers now, the pub will be all over again.
Excuse me.
So anyway, back to it. We made it to Richmond. It's actually not a bad little spot. There's quite a few water orientated things here. So we've got the view of the lake. The view of the lake, which is right there. There's Annie. Hi Annie. The big lake in the back, which is going to be a nice little swimming hole and a bit of a chill out area, I think. First time ever for us setting up. I've never ever not had to put pegs in or easy anchors in. What they actually have here is bulk concrete, gravel everywhere. Like that's 90% of, probably 98% of this park. There's a couple of grass sites, but they don't allow caravans on there. So I was very, very keen and happy to pay extra to go on there, but not the deal. So everything here's got concrete. And what they've actually got is these little islands. Which is something very different. And I'm glad that I have these ratchet straps to help me out with strapping the awning down. Because if you couldn't do anything with the awning and you've already got pegs and screw and things, what are you going to do? So hot tip, make sure you got some sort of hooking system or straps or something like that, because I would have been absolutely caught out 100% with this and probably jimmying something together just to get by. Wow. Whoa.
Whoa!
Wow! And no, this doesn't normally happen. I normally put one side down, just for anybody asking. I don't know why that happened. I need to put it down another notch, obviously. Do what I used to do as a kid. Check out the garden hose.
Oh! Don't put your finger in the hose, mate.
Whoa!
I don't think that I'm being that
Hey.
selfish right
Whoa!
now. Say yourself, you'd be breaking every vow. I can understand you're tired of this town, and I'm not saying that we have to settle down now. Just remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you. Stardust, stardust. Ooh, yeah. I'm the lazy one, so I guess I should have known You said yourself you wanna do this alone.
So it just retreated inside because the storms, and I mean storms, there's two of them, not just one, there's two, are coming together. One was over here and there's one behind us, and they've now got to a point where they've just come to a head, and they are like going nuts.
And the electrical, there's lightning, there's everything. It's all happening.
Like the best lightning bolts I have seen in years. Like I haven't seen this stuff since I was a kid, and I'm loving it.
It's cool.
I'm actually like, my adrenaline's pumping right now.
We brought all our chairs inside.
Yeah.
We've got like all the main things in our bin so it doesn't blow away.
So the chairs there. We got a camera that we're getting footage on earlier that we'll be showing you. With the bin in because we don't want that to go. We got no rubbish to put anywhere. But yeah, so we've retreated to our caravans. Paul and Annie have just gone inside there. We've got a little two ways. Oh, hang on.
I did turn it on. It should be on the right channel, yeah.
Hello.
What do you want?
Oh, nothing. Sorry. Oh, get out, mate.
Storm chasing.
So anyway, we got the radio. We got the radios to just keep in touch, just to make sure everything's okay. And maybe a little bit of banter. Yes, I got that word from a pommy, and his name's Paul. Banter.
That's an Aussie word too.
Banter.
Yeah, I've heard it many times.
Yeah, debatable. Anyway.
No, I think it is. Well, what do you think? If you think we're wrong, put it in the comments. But
This one or that one?
this one, what's down there?
We have to sit on the rock.
How cool is this thing? It's huge. Look at the size of it. Got Jada next to
That makes
it.
me look like a turret.
So I'm not sure what to expect, but it's a little. This is kind of like, it reminds me of the setup of Hughenden, the little information centre they had there of all their dinosaurs and that. It was really cool inside. They had a really big statue of one of the dinosaurs, and they got bones and a lot of information. So I'm expecting the same sort of thing with this one. It kind of looks slightly bigger than the one in Hughenden, so I might have a few more things in it. But just this big monument here is really cool. Like, yeah, we're gonna be total tourists and get a photo in front of
Look
it.
at the face.
Yeah, he's like, this is scary.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, I want to try Ceratops. I want to try Ceratops.
That's cool. Oh wow. You even got knee pads and your own chisel.
Excuse me, Mum.
You know things are getting serious when you get your own chisel.
And your knee pads, mate.
The knee pads, I really like that. Your high vis, you'll be all ready to go.
You ready, Jada?
So I'll start you off in the theatre with a little film. It goes for about 12 or so minutes, which is background info to the area, how the museum came about in the beginning. Once you finish, as you're going around the displays, there'll be a rock or a marker with a red number. Press that number into your guide, it'll activate, bring up a few more details about what you're looking at.
Oh yeah.
Easy, no order to the numbers. Another 2 galleries through the back. You'll come back out this way, and when you're done with the guides, you can just pop them in the bucket.
Hello.
100 million years ago, dinosaurs prevailed over what land there is.
Well, I must admit that was one of the best videos we've watched this whole trip. Hands down, best video. It explained a lot more things, like questions I had. I'm still very curious why there is still none of this on the planet. I don't think it's a meteorite. It can't be. It doesn't make sense. It's kind of cool because you got all these fossils, obviously, of what is above. So this one here is like one of the really big ones that they have. And they got the actual fossils, actual bone. It's kind of crazy. It's really cool. Everyone's listening to their little audio book.
Hang on, mate.
Looks like Paul's on the phone to someone overseas.
Yeah.
It's a mighty big mobile phone you got there.
Conversation,
So it's basically, this is the setup. It's like an old school mobile phone, and you click the number, and adjacent to obviously what you're wanting to look at or listen, and gives you additional information through the speakers. And then you can go around quietly and learn all the facts that you need to know.
A dinosaur?
So a fun fact, if you don't know, this is a fossil jacket. So when they find the bones out in the field, they encase them in this like paper mache stuff, and then they transport them to places like this, into their little labs. They pull them apart and find what's inside.
This week we head to Julia Creek and check out their town pool because we are in the middle of a heat wave that literally melts the road to your tyres. Jack's walking starts to improve. And make sure you sit down for this one because we've got another bath scene at the Julia Creek bathhouse before carrying on to Crocodile Dundee's Walkabout Hotel.